Before we begin, I'd just like to say that the audio unfortunately got corrupted for this video, so I instead will be performing a voiceover myself. This is the first time I've ever done one of these, so please be patient. So, as a quick recap, last episode we got Chad, our Grubbin, up to level 100, and we are about to take on Raihan. So, let's see how that went. Alright, Raihan time. So, he first starts by sending out his Gigalith and Flagon, and, by the way, I'd like to mention that I'm using another Grubbin because this is a double battle, and you cannot fight Raihan if you only have one Pokemon in your party. So the Grubbin will just be going for Mud Slap the entire battle, doing the minimum amount of damage. So, going in, the Sandstorm's going to be annoying, but doable. I immediately have to take out the Flagon. It's actually the bigger threat here because it can lower my attack. So, as I'm selecting moves, I'm wondering, do I outspeed the Flagon? Which I do, and it's a one-hit KO. That is very good indeed. So, after a mud-slapping Gigalith, and having its accuracy dropped, it goes for Rock Blast, hits not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times. Oh, and on the 5th, it got a crit. So that's horrible luck, but I'll continue going onwards, just to see how far I can get, even with this bad luck. Next, he sends out a Sandaconda, and I also have to take this out immediately because it's able to paralyze me with Glare. So, I select X-Scissor and hope for the best. Luckily, X-Scissor is a one-hit KO, which is very nice. And I take out the Sandaconda, leaving just his Duraludon and Gigalith left. After another Mud Slap, there's no way Gigalith hits a Rock Blast, right? Well, it does. And it takes me out. Okay, well, that wasn't a very good attempt. Let's try that again. Alright, attempt 2. It starts out mostly the same, with me selecting both X-Scissor and Mud Slap for Flagon and Gigalith respectively. Respectively, is that a word? Yeah, I think it's a word. Anyway, I take out the Flagon in one hit, so now I know for sure that it isn't a damage range. As my other Grubbin Mud Slaps the Gigalith, doing 1 damage. And he goes for Rock Blast and misses, which is very good for me. This battle's turning out a lot better. Okay, now out comes the Sandaconda. I am also not sure if that was a range, so I'm really hoping that it's consistent. So, let's see. And it is indeed a one-hit KO, again, meaning it's probably not a range, which is very good in case I have to try this battle again. And Gigalith, going for Rock Blast again, also misses. Now Raihan is out on his final Pokemon, his Duraludon. Well, along with his Gigalith, but that can't really affect the battle anymore. So, I choose to Dynamax here and go for Max Quake, hoping for a one-shot, although not expecting it. As I Dynamax here, I'm still thinking, how many times will I have to try this? And if I do get this, what will I do afterwards? Because, to be honest, on that stream, I had only really planned to just grind out attempts at Raihan and hope for the best. But, let's see, is it a one-hit KO after he Dynamaxes? Okay, now that he's Dynamax, let's see, is 1 Max Quake enough to take Duraludon out in 1 hit? I don't think so. I wasn't thinking so at the time because Duraludon has pretty high defense, but to my shock and surprise, it is indeed a one-hit KO. And with that, the battle is pretty much over. I mean, there's Gigalith left, but that can be easily cleaned up with a Max Quake. So, with that done, and my badge obtained, I head onwards to Winden. And after a quick journey through the icy wilderness, I arrive in Winden, and before I actually take on my rivals, which I'll need to do, I first stop at a very special Pokemon Center. You see, this Pokemon Center sells vitamins. In case you don't know what vitamins do, they alter your EVs. In case you don't know what EVs are, allow me to explain. So basically, EVs are kind of like individual experience points, but for your stats. So when you fight a Pokemon, they'll give out a certain number of EVs, like if fighting a Pokemon gave out a certain number of experience points. And by accumulating these EVs, you can make yourself much, much stronger than you normally would be. So, by doing that, I can turn Chad into the ultimate Giga Chad, ready to destroy. I choose to invest my EVs into attack and speed, so that way I can hopefully outspeed and one-hit KO everything I come into contact with. With my small bug properly loaded with the most amount of steroids I could possibly get my greedy little hands on, I head in to Winden Stadium, awaiting my next challenge. And apparently that next challenge is Marnie, who I forgot I had to fight. But hey, this should be fun, right? I mean, what can possibly go wrong? Overall, she should be pretty easy to beat, so I'm not expecting too much trouble, but, you know, this could go wrong. She starts by sending out her Lipard, which, again, is kind of scary. It could be annoying, but honestly, I'm not expecting too much resistance from her, considering she uses mainly dark and poison types. So I go for an X-Scissor, but to my surprise it outspeeds me and uses Torment. Torment, basically, in case you didn't know, doesn't allow me to use the same move twice in a row, which could be an issue, considering I was going to sweep her using only X-Scissor. Next, she sends out Scrafty, which thankfully doesn't have Intimidate for some reason, and I have to go for Dig instead of X-Scissor, as she misses a Crunch. Because I'm not using X-Scissor, it is not a one-hit KO, but luckily I do dodge the Crunch thanks to the power of friendship. Next, I just go for a Poison Jab, and she full restores, which is an issue, and then I get a crit, which, again, very nice. Having some great luck this battle. I mean, if the Torment hadn't happened, I wouldn't need to do this, but, you know, you take victories where you can get them. Next out is her Toxicroak, which, again, can easily be taken out by using a single dig. But it does go for Toxic, and somehow Toxic works even when you're underground. So now I'm on a time limit. But luckily, I do manage to take her Toxicroak out in only one hit. But with the Toxic Poison and 2 more Pokemon left, this could get ugly. So out comes her Morpeko, another one of her dangerous ones. I don't know if I'll outspeed. Luckily I do, and it's a one-shot. So now all that's left is her Grimmsnarl as we face off in a Dynamax battle. Now that both of our Pokemon are 200 feet tall, it's time for the real spectacle to begin, with Marnie having a Gigantamax Grimmsnarl, which, by the way, really cool looking. Like, have you seen that thing? Looks amazing. Anyway, this could be a hard battle. Oh, but then I one-shot it. And that's Marnie. Which, you know, that was kind of anticlimactic, but hey, I mean, I'll take it. So now that's the last time I'll ever have to face Marnie for the rest of this run. Which means it's time for my next challenge, Hop. Alright, Hop time. I've fought Hop more times than I can count. So, you know, it's at least more than, like, I don't know, 3? I don't know, I can only count to, like, I don't know, 3? Wait, I made that joke already. Ah, well, this is the one joke in the voiceover. Might as well get it out of the way early. Like chickenpox. Now quick, to the battle before I say something else ridiculous. Hop starts by sending out his Dubwool, which, you know, it's probably the least threatening thing on his team, but it still is a good way to test how much damage I'm doing with X-Scissor. Because it is a normal type, so therefore X-Scissor will do neutral damage. So, let's see. And it's a one-shot. Cool, but it is a crit, so I'm not entirely sure if it would have one-shot had it not been a crit, which is kind of scary, but I feel like I'll be fine. Next he sends out his Corviknight, and this thing can do some real damage. If I don't one-shot it, that is. But I'm pretty sure I'll one-shot it, maybe. This thing has kind of high defense. So I go for Wild Charge and Hope. And it's one-shot. Again, really anticlimactic. That's kind of becoming a theme for this entire episode. But hey, I'll take it. I already said that. I do take some recoil damage from the wild charge, but overall I'm still in a very good spot. Next, he sends out Pincurchin, and this thing's probably just a one-shot with Dig. Right? It's definitely a one-shot. It misses a Thunderbolt. And to no one's surprise, it's a one-shot, which is very nice. Next, he sends out his Snorlax, and this thing's a beast. It's super tanky and can deal a crap ton of damage, so I want to get rid of this thing as quickly as possible. I'm not sure it'll be even a two-shot. Yeah, I don't think it's a two-shot because it's a one-shot. So, you know, again, very nice. I wish I could add more useful commentary here, but really this is my first time ever doing a voiceover and I got nothing. So, his final Pokemon is Cinderace, which is what would happen if you took a bunny and mashed it with Lionel Messi. Actually, that wouldn't be bad. Either way, why is it wearing shorts? Alright, as we both Dynamax, I choose to go for Max Quake and just hope. I don't think I outspeed it here. I probably won't. I mean, Cinderace is kind of known for being a bit of a speedster. So, you know, this could go very, 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 very badly. Of course, Hop takes like 8 years to Dynamax, for no apparent reason. He looks so happy doing it too. It's like I'm completely demolishing him with a bug and he's smiling. The nerve on this kid. Alright, well, here's his Cinderace in all of its Dynamaxed glory. Now it is time to see, do I one-shot it with Max Quake? And I outspeed it, and it's a one-shot, and it's dead. Well, that was very, very anticlimactic. So with that done, Hop has been defeated. Which, you know, he's kind of angry about it for a sec, but then he's happy about it. But with those two battles done, I choose that it's a good time to end this first ever voiceover. So, as always, guys, I am Vortex, VortexVGC, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.